Hi everybody, this is Joe with Joe's Premium Firewood, bringing another fun-filled, exciting video. Today's video is my monthly inventory video. Before I get going on that, if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. I make all firewood related videos. I have a second firewood channel called Joe's Firewood Videos II with over 100 firewood related videos. If you want to go ahead and check that out, and if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna get on with this video. I'm gonna start here with my brother's inventory, the self-proclaimed king of firewood, or the firewood king. I still don't know exactly what he wants to be called, but here's his pile right here. This is all silver maple that he got. They were big chunks. I think it was from a place, you know, where they dump logs, where the tree guys dump logs that they don't want, and he went and cut it all up with his MS 460 and brought it up here and used my splitter to split it. And I actually have a delivery tomorrow where I can't deliver ash because the property is run by the DNR. It's a campground, so I'm going to be buying a truckload of this off him today. I'm his #1 customer. I don't know why he grabbed these huge blocks of oak. Most of it's boiler wood. I would consider it's all knotty, but that's not dry. So I'll be after this video, we're going to be loading that up. But that's his pile right there. It's all silver maple. So like I said, it's going to a campground. And I'll just want to show you our personal inventory. This is what we burn. Normally it's all junk wood, but looks like the king brought up some of his good silver maple up. It's burning just fine, so I know it's ready. Normally I give my rejected pieces that go into our wood stove. There's some there, so, you know, some limb wood that I cut and whatnot. And then the other day when I made a video on my other channel where I cut a silver maple up, but I cut the limb wood into like 6 to 8 foot long limbs and brought them up here. And then when the king and I have a chance, we're gonna go ahead and cut those up and then just probably stack it right there. You can see it's dry and ready to go. And then you can see all them junk pieces right there. You can see why they were either cut too short or break off or just ugly in general. Some more in that that tub right there. But it'll burn fine. Nice sunny day today. Oh, by the way, Happy New Year, 2020. And over here is what I call bay #1. We had a real good string of weather for this time of year, and my suppliers stepped it up. The A-team, Chad, they've just been bringing tons of these ash blocks, you know, and I've been selling a lot, but they've been bringing it faster than I can sell it. And you can see they're nice, they're dry ash. Now this is oak right here, but you can tell it's barkless. It's ready to burn. So I mean, there's got to be right in here at least 10 truckloads of wood, or 10 face cord, I would say, maybe, with all them blocks, you know, right there. Those have been there for a long time, starting to dry out. You can see them ones that were black. They were sitting out in the like a swamp area, but it's drying out. And then here's my bay #1. I don't know, there's probably another 7, 8, maybe as many as 10 truckloads in here, or 10 face cord. You know, I would say all this would probably last me through January if they didn't bring me any more. Maybe, you know, just all depends on sales. You can see how I build a wall there. There's some elm and oak and dogwood in there. Anything that's dry goes into here. And then here's where we keep some of our junk wood. It's got covered with snow, as you can see. And then here's what I call bay #2. That's where I like to store a quad in the wintertime. Normally I try filling this area up, but what we're gonna end up doing, you know, is I make a wall here and then across the back area, and we kind of got it started over there. But you know, I like keeping this area open. But if I get dry wood and bay 1 gets full, then I bring anything that's dry over here. Now this stuff is all oak that I got from Herb, from logs that have been cut 2-3 years. You know, it's all barkless. I would call it semi-season, where I would say it needs a couple months to dry. And what I do is mix that in with the ash load. So about maybe 2/3 ash and maybe 1/3 of this. And this stuff comes out first and then it's on the bottom. And then right here, I got my bundles. There's, I think, 28 of them there. So usually the store that buys from me only gets about 10 every other month, because they don't go through very much during the during the winter time. And then right here, here's some white oak, mostly white and red oak, that Mike and his brother and Zach cut and split and stacked for me. I would say there's probably, you know, close to probably 3 or 4, probably 4 face cords right there, because those racks are like over 9 feet long. At least the middle one's like almost 10 foot. So, and there's a wood in between. That stuff will be ready in the fall. Then yesterday, I made a video of me splitting. This is my bundle firewood assembly area. And I made a video yesterday of me splitting it. So you can see I got it all split. Splitter should be back here. Whoa, about fell down in a hole there. But, you know, I would say that all that right there would make close to probably 60 bundles that I would sell for $3 each. And when my guys, Chad or Mike or whoever, the A-team, bring in more bundle grade wood, the best blocks that you can get, they'll stage it right here and I'll split. And my goal is to get 150. They buy 75 at a time. I want to get 150 bundles made up in here by April. That's when they start buying from me. And then I want this rack full, both sides. And then I want a ton of blocks staged in here so I can be somewhat ahead of the game. So you can see all that. And we got some right here. We got some more. It's buried. Some junk wood for us, you know. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, Friday, so maybe it'll clear this out and we can fill up our wheelbarrows with that stuff. Right here, this is where I keep my dry cherry at. I usually get customers wanting it. I know the stuff on top is definitely dry. It's been here for a couple months, so cherry dries pretty quick. And plus it's, you know, it's facing south, so it gets a lot of sun, and that's a good spot for it to dry. And back here, the storage is all empty, but I would say by springtime, this will all be full. Mike brought some logs the other day. We'll probably get the splitter. I'll get the splitter set up and we'll just stack it in between those 2 trees right there, all this wood. And, you know, we fill it up. We go from that oak tree to that hickory to that maple. And then between these trees, you can see where I got that set up. You know, I get the splitter back here. When sales are slow, I'll move the splitter back here and start getting, there's like oak and black locust in there. We'll get it all split and staged in between here. You know, I try to get as much built up, but, you know, if customers order early, then it's going to go to them and I won't be stacking any. And then I put some down there between those trees. And then in between that stump and that oak tree. And we'll be filling all this up in the spring, and then probably selling it in the fall. We'll be using semi-seasoned oak tops that are out in the woods. And right here, that whole row is all cherry. I got a restaurant that's buying it from me about every 6 to 8 weeks. So let's just say every 7 weeks. They just bought from me on Friday. And then that same day, Mike and Zach went over to Greg's property and cut a tree that had broken off and was hung up, and they filled that all back in. Plus, then they threw some over here. But I would say there's like 3 oversized truckloads. That's how they buy from me. So that's enough to last them 7 times 3, 21 weeks. But every time we fill it, I get cherry so much that it's not hard, you know, to keep it full. Then over here, this is going to be my summer campfire wood for this upcoming summer, and probably start selling it in April or May when people start ordering for their fire pits, bonfires and stuff like that. This, like, all is sassafras out here. Usually what I put in here is sassafras, cherry, and silver maple. But there is some elm I know in here, and like mulberry and walnut and stuff. You know, anything that is not, that is, I don't know, it's just a miscellaneous wood. You know, that's not oak. Oak doesn't go in here. Hickory doesn't go in here. Locust, you know, stuff that's easy burning and good for the campfires. So Mike got me, there's some more sassafras right there. And then on my other channel, I made a video of me going out and bucking up this silver maple that's right here. I think I'm gonna go hook up the quad trailer after I'm done with this video and pull it over here and get this split, because it needs to sit for, you know, 5-6 months to be nice. You know, although sassafras dries fast, so does that silver maple, plus it was half dead. And then, you know, you can see we're building the wall. We got that wall built up. I built the walls, you know, around the side, and then we just pile it in here. Normally, I know it doesn't dry the best, but I just don't feel like have the patience to stack it in there, you know, especially because it's just summer campfire wood. But I just, once this whole area is filled, it probably holds, I don't know, over 20 truckloads or 20 face cord, maybe 25. You know, it depends on how high we go on the main pile. But one thing I want to mention, you know, the silver maple, that silver maple that I cut yesterday in my video, I think it was a video from 2 days ago. Let's see, would it be Monday? Yeah. So I in the comments, there's a hater in there, or somebody makes a comment and says, well, silver maple has low BTUs. Well, do you need oak for your campfire when you're roasting marshmallows and it's 75 degrees at 10 o'clock at night? No. They want fast burning, easy burning wood with a lot of flames. So that's what summer campfire wood is. And furthermore, you know, I do sell oak and ash and everything else that's good, but 90% of my customers buy just for ambience, to watch caveman TV. So they don't even care, you know, about the species, and that's why I get $3.75 a cord or $125 a face cord. You know, because the people just want to enjoy a fire. They're not, you know, paycheck to paycheck and will freeze to death if they don't have their firewood. I just want to make that clear with you, okay? All right, back to the video. So we're going to go take a little road trip in the truck. There's my, that's all the boiler wood I got a couple weeks ago. Somebody bought what I had, and that's all I got now. Is just my boiler wood are my large rejected pieces. The small rejected pieces go into our wood stove that you've seen, you know, that I showed you at my house. Let's see how many miles we got on this. Fire it up. Starts right up like always. It's paid for. Is that $294.75? I lock myself in. So do you like that? I made a video the other day. I usually do Sunday morning live streams on here, and went on a road trip, of course, with it being live, and I'm driving, and we kind of live out in the middle of nowhere, and I end up losing the signal, so I apologize for that, but there's nothing I can do, you know. And if I made just like a video like this the whole time and tried to upload a 45-minute video, it would tie up my phone for hours. You know, it takes about, I would say, an hour for every 6 minutes of video to upload. So that's why I live stream long videos. All right, back here, this is where I store my hickory at, and you can see right there, there's a pile I'm working off of right now. And then I'm working my way this way. And if you check out my videos, I think I got a video on here, the mall splitting contest between the A team, and that's the hickory they got split for me and stacked. And the other day, a couple weeks ago, Chad, he said, oh, I got shagbark hickory. I'll bring you some shagbark hickory. This ain't shagbark hickory, Chad. Sorry. But it is hickory, and I will sell it, and I need to fill this up with it. So, like I say, another day, you know, every day I don't have deliveries. I try to keep wood on hand that I can split, and then I'll just split and stack it in between these pallets here. So, here's more of the hickory down here. Like I say, this is the hickory I'm working off now. It's no fun loading it up when it's buried in that snow. I tried putting tarps on it. That tarp's all ripped up. It doesn't work very well anyway. Then down here is where I keep my long cut stuff for people that request long cut stuff, which is like 1% or less of my customers. Whenever the guys are out in the field and they accidentally cut the stuff too long, anything over 18 inches comes down here. And then I just fill these two pallets, or the pallets up. And whenever I get a request for long cut stuff, that's what I got. But there's not even enough for a truckload right there. So I would get, if somebody wanted some now, I'd give them that. And then just have to fill it up with a short, normal size 14 to 18 inch pieces. And down here, this is all green firewood for next year. Or I would say, yeah, now it's this year. Anytime I come across green wood, I bring it down here and get it split and stacked here. And it might sit for 2 years, I don't know. Or I might sell it in the spring for people that buy early. So that's what we got right now, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for everybody who made it to the end, like Jake Morris. And we'll see you at the next one.